I'm Brad Authier. Thanks for coming this afternoon. I'm an engineer, a 30-plus year Chugach member, and an anchored small business owner since 1995. I offer the membership that I am well-suited to help the Chugach board, the organization, and its members meet the challenges facing us in the coming years. We need to retain and train quality staff. We need to maintain critical infrastructure that we've spent a lot of money on. We need to optimize and upgrade the rail belt intertie system, and we need to sensibly transition to renewables. We're also facing a possible natural gas shortage in the coming decade. So I have a resource development background since I was an engineer managing a tight gas drilling program early in my career. I've been an environmental consultant in Alaska for 34 years. As a partner at our firm since 1995, I've had scope, schedule, and budget drilled into my persona, solving problems for both government and private clients. The mentality is important for a director role, I think. I have 17 years experience on the board for that growing consulting company. I'm a team player, and I've demonstrated that I can build consensus. There's an industry-wide push to transition to renewables like wind and solar, which I strongly support. This transition needs to be methodical and planned as technology, economics, and other factors, such as transmission system upgrades, permit. We installed 2 large solar arrays at our property in 2014, so we have personal experience in this area with the zero net metering policy. They work great. So I would welcome the challenge of this role. I assure you that I will listen to members, and I will collaborate effectively with the board members and with the Chugach executive team. Thank you.
All right. Next, Bettina.
Great. Thank you. I want to thank you and welcome all of you here this afternoon, and thank you for listening to us as candidates and to hear why it's so vitally important to vote in this election. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Bettina Chastain, and I serve as your current board chair. It's been my honor and a real privilege to represent you, our member owners, as a director for the past 8 years. I was first elected to the board in 2015, and I've worked hard in various board leadership roles ever since. I've served as your board chair for 5 out of the last 8 years, and I have a proven track record of providing strong and stable leadership through times of challenge and change. Post-acquisition, Chugach is a $2 billion business with a $350 million revenue stream. We have 450 employees and provide service to 92,000 members. We provide power to 1 out of every 3 Alaskans. It's a complex and enormous balancing act to make prudent and practical decisions for this organization to shape the future for decades to come. I have worked hard and will continue to add tremendous value to this board, organization, and community by offering my professional management and technical skills as an engineer, business owner, executive, and leader. When I was contemplating whether or not I should run for another term, I asked myself whether or not I thought I would still provide value in this role for 4 more years. My answer was apparent. It was yes. I do this because I love Alaska. I grew up here, I raised my family here, I live, work, and play here, and I believe in giving back to my community. I want to provide value where I can to make sure that Alaska continues to provide opportunities and to thrive and provide opportunities for my family and yours. Thank you.
All right. Next.
All right.
Suzanne.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. First, I want to thank Chugach for holding this forum, and I want to thank everyone here in the audience and maybe the audience that will watch the replay of this later. It really shows dedication to the issues that we're facing today in South Central Alaska and at Chugach. My name is Suzanne Fleet Green, and I am running for the board. This is something that I've thought about for years, and honestly, this was the right time for me, but also the right time to help contribute to the path that we might forge ahead for South Central Alaska. First, I do want to recognize that we are here on Dena'ina lands, and I think that's very relevant for the discussion that we're going to have in the coming months because the Dena'ina people have stewarded these lands for thousands of years. And it puts in perspective that we are only here really for a short time, but we have some big decisions in front of us, and those decisions will have lasting effect for generations to come. I too grew up in this service area. I remember times when the power was out for days. I got out of school, so that wasn't too bad, but I do remember those days. Chugach has come a really long way, and I think we're really lucky in this area to have the reliability, sustainability, and affordability. And I credit the Chugach workforce for their dedication and professionalism. If elected, I'm gonna work with that workforce to help all of us move more quickly to transition to clean energy sources, reduce our dependence on natural gas, create new jobs, and secure long-term cost savings. Chugach's success is important and central to the future of South Central Alaska. Our economy, attracting new businesses, making it affordable to live here, and expanding existing industries. I take this responsibility of running for the board and hopefully serving on the board very seriously. And I look forward to the discussion that we're gonna have, from hearing from my colleagues up here at the table and hearing from members over the next month as we campaign and come closer to the election. Thank you very much, and I hope that I earn your vote tonight.
All right. Harold
All
Hollis.
right. Good afternoon. I'm Harold Hollis, and welcome to our forum. I've served on the Chugach Electric Board since July of 2018. I'm also the current treasurer. I serve on the Alaska Power Association Board as vice president and at Chugach's representative. I'm proud of the many accomplishments Chugach has made during my time on the board, including the acquisition of ML&P that has saved our members over $50 million already. But there remained significant challenges for our utility, not the least, including securing long-term gas supplies and transition to clean energy. Now more than ever, the board needs independent, stable, strong business leadership. I'm an Alaska resident since 1982 with over 40 years of successful business experience as a professional engineer, business owner, and executive. Most of us often take our reliable electricity for granted. We expect the lights to come on when we flip the switch. However, for Chugach to provide that reliability, it is a very complex operation, and the challenges are even more so. I understand that complexity, and I bring business and technical experience to the board in making prudent decisions. My priorities are safe, reliable, affordable energy while diversifying Chugach's generation portfolio with clean and renewable energy. Electrical energy is the lifeblood of our community and our economy. It is critical that we keep it that way. Our families and future generations depend on us making responsible and prudent decisions today. I look forward to continuing as your board representative. Thank you.
All right, Shayna.
Thank you. Thank you for the time to share a little bit about myself tonight. I've dedicated my career to energy independence, and I'm excited to be running for the board. Excuse me. When I was 17, I joined the Army National Guard to serve my country, and in 2003, I was shipped to Iraq. There was a lot I didn't understand about why we were there, but I did come away with a keen understanding that future conflict will be about our limited resources. And so I dedicated my education and career to energy independence and reducing our reliance on outside sources and countries. I've been really lucky to be able to work in the energy industry over the last 14 years, and still have a strong drive to serve my country. Our residents, our businesses, industry, and military depend on stable, reliable, affordable power to thrive. Our local gas from Cook Inlet is dwindling. You're going to hear a lot about this tonight, and the utilities are exploring importing natural gas to replace that. That's going to cost us more and will increase our reliance on outside sources and events beyond our control. You'll hear that every candidate here tonight is interested in bringing on more renewable energy, and that's great. We have a great opportunity in front of us, and it's the responsible path. And yes, it's going to be very challenging to integrate that responsibly, but we can do it. We've got a lot of examples from around the state that show us that we can. So I'm excited to be here and hope to be a part of that. I'll be honest, I have a lot to learn if I'm elected. But if I'm elected, you'll get a board member who is transparent, practical, responsible, and strategic. I'll work hard to engage you, the membership, and I'll work hard to learn about the challenges and opportunities that we need to make our decisions. I think the workforce at Chugach Electric is outstanding, and I really hope to become a part of this great team. Thank you.
All right, Steve.
I'm Steve Conkle. Thank you for attending this. I know your time is valuable, and being engaged is the lifeblood of this cooperative utility, which varies a great deal from an investor-owned utility, or IOU. I'm asking for your vote for one of the 3 open seats on the Chugach Electric Association Board of Directors. One cannot have an excess of technical expertise and governing experience on the board. I'm asking for you to think about my platform and goals and objectives and compare the expertise and experience of the 9-member field of candidates, many of whom you may be meeting for the very first time in this forum here at Lusac Library. Tonight at 6:30, there's a forum at the Anchorage Museum with 3 familiar speakers who will address the future of Cook Inlet energy. And it's particular, they're going to focus on natural gas shortages and the role that renewables, including hydroelectric, wind, and solar, can play in securing our future. We need a renewable portfolio standard in the rail belt, the utility region from Homer to Fairbanks. Senate Bill 101 is just one effort to codify our rail belt-wide goals. It is slowly moving through the 33rd Alaska State Legislature. My top priorities are affordable rates and reliability associated with delivery of power through the grid. The CEA board is expected to address pressing issues associated with a generation mix, now approximately 80% natural gas fueled. And there's also rate filings which will affect consumers, CEA customers, before the Regulatory Commission of Alaska. Thanks again, and I trust that you'll make a point of voting in this coming election. It ends May 19th, and it'll be pivotal to the electric future of South Central Alaska. Thank you.
All right, next, Jim Nordland.
Thank you very much, and good afternoon, everybody. My name is Jim Nordland. I first became a Chugach member actually 40 years ago, maybe this month, I'm not sure, but in 1983 is when I first became a Chugach member. I have previously served on the board for 3 successive terms, starting in 2006. I want to say that I'm very proud to be a member of Chugach, and I'm proud to have served on the board, particularly as an association of member-owned ratepayers. It's a business model that I admire. It's a business model that I would love to see continue. I didn't necessarily think that I ever wanted to be on the board again. It's a lot of work, but since I'm retired now, I have a little bit more time. And I was compelled to run for a couple of reasons. One is the pending natural gas shortage in Cook Inlet is a pretty dramatic situation that is going to affect all of us. And something that we need to deal with. At the same time, over the past 10 years, since Fire Island 1 was installed, the cost of renewables has come down dramatically. as well as the cost of batteries. So the combination of running out of natural gas and the fact that renewable generation now is looking more promising than ever is what has compelled me to run for the board. I also I really have to applaud the work that's been done in the past to do a better job of integrating the grid. The standing up of the RRC is a really good thing. I think there needs to be more done still, however, to make sure that we have a relatively small amount of demand on our grid compared to the lower 48, that we work together better with our fellow utility members. And finally, I just want to say that, one of the ways that Chugach is such a reliable and good company, and I really believe that, is because we have really good employees. You can't have a reliable power without having reliable employees that work for Chugach, and I admire their work, and I would be glad to help forward the cause of Chugach in the future. Thank you very much.
All right. James.
All right. Good evening, everybody. Thank you for attending. Thank you for the flashback to elementary school where W's go last. And I really appreciate the time to meet everybody today. I've been a member owner of our electric cooperative now for 13 years next month, along with my wife and our 2 children, moving here from Sitka, where we have an abundant supply of renewable energy with the hydroelectric dam, which was recently expanded, and have really appreciated the growth that I've seen our electric cooperative take in the 13 years that I've been an owner, having some unexpected power outages in my early years to extreme reliability with the traditional knock on wood intended. I'm a super fan of member-owned cooperatives. I come from the credit union world and that space where banking is owned by the member owners, and we're here to serve you as our electric consuming customer base. And I don't come with a hardcore agenda, but I do come with a strong understanding, as has been shared, that we have a dwindling supply and a finite amount of energy to produce electricity for you all. And I also come with a willingness to learn, and especially to work with the fellow board members, and especially the executive management and administration, to do everything we can to support the employees who bring us energy and keep our lights on every day. So with that, certainly appreciate the forum tonight and getting to meet and hear from everybody, and would appreciate your vote when it comes out here very soon. Thank you.
All right. So before we get to the longer form questions, we're going to do just a quick lightning round. So you'll just raise your hand with the appropriate response. So there's a couple of questions. The first one is, have you attended a Chugach annual meeting? So if so, raise your hand. Okay. Have you attended a Chugach regular board meeting? Okay. Have you read the Chugach bylaws? All right. Have you attended a member appreciation event? All right, this one's a little longer. Chugach annual surveys show members value 3 things: service, reliability, and price. Members have consistently chosen one area as their priority. I'll ask you to raise your hand when you hear which one you think is first. So, is it service? Is it reliability? Is it price? Okay, well, you all won, right? The answer is reliability. So every year for 2 decades, members have chosen that as their #1 priority. So great work.